I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with a 3-minute cattle market update for Friday, April the 14th. And we had one for the good guys this week. I tell you what, nobody really saw the gains that we were going to see this week. There were some technical analysts saying that things were kind of lining up good on the charts and graphs, but nobody really took much stock in it because we've just been such a downer on the board and thinking that's the only direction it can go. And we knew that it was going to have to catch up with cash, but we were thinking it would wait till later on in the month. But it really come on strong this week, and we gained ground in the fat cattle market where it looked like we were just going to continue to lose ground from now all the way through the dog days of summer. And then cash feeder cattle prices responded big time. In fact, probably overdid it. You know, us cattle people are real good at doing that. But, you know, it's just such a positive week and everybody feeling good about it. And I say one for the good guys. I don't ever really mean to be against the packer. It's just that they're so superior to the cattle guys, the cattle feeders, as far as being able to get their heads together. There's just a handful of them there, and they tend to work together better. They have their goals set a little better, and they're really smart negotiators. They show a lot of discipline in the way that they purchase their stock that they need, and it's just whenever you can gain a little ground back when it looks like things are going south, it's really something. But it's kind of like a David and Goliath deal. But you look at the board mid to late week there, live cattle futures on the June contract, which is the most popular. Wednesday was up 65 cents. Thursday was up just 35. But closing on Thursday with June at 114.70. But the real impressive market has been your April live cattle futures, which is a spot market. It has gained $5.32 up through Thursday and is all the way up to 125.37. It was just around $1.20 when we started the week out, and it's just amazing that it come on that strong. If you remember, I told you guys you get in on there and it was just like betting on a horse that was, you know, 30 lengths in front coming around that last corner, but nobody believed me, and I didn't really believe it either. But you could have made some quick money right there if a guy could have had the guts to gamble on that April board. Feeder cattle futures May contract Wednesday was up 50 cents, Thursday was up 57, ended the day on Thursday at 138.40. If you look at your fall futures, late summer and fall, August and September are both now over $1.40. And that's going to be for those late summer grass cattle coming off, and things could really get wild when they start, and they already have tried to start, but start contracting some of those summer yearlings off grass. There's always a lot of demand for them. They always bring more than probably what the board estimates are going to be. If we've got the board up to $1.40, what could some of those cattle be worth? And those cattle will make a lot of money for the guys that bought them early and warmed them up cheap and got them turned out there. But fat cattle trade on Thursday was excellent. Your Southern Plains sold cattle at 128, $2 higher. Remember we talked just a day or two ago about selling a few cattle at 126 and continuing to sell cattle out front for 2 to 4 week delivery, cheaper than what the market was last week. But the market established itself at 128, $2 higher. Your Northern Plains market's got 128 to 130. They should. Their market ready supplies are tighter there. They need to take advantage of that. On the dress side, it was 206 to 208, mostly 206, 207. That's $6 to $7 higher. And in fact, some of the cattle that were bought at this established market that much higher were for a 2 to 4 week delivery. So instead of having to sell those cattle, you know, $3 or $4 back, they're getting the same market for a delivery to get the packers through the short months or the short supplies until we get into May. But you know, maybe we could gain another $1 or $2 next week. Who knows? We'll see what happens. You look at some of these other fundamental markets, your actual dress steer weights come out, it's always a 2 week delay there, but come out 862 pounds. That's getting down to where it's not even that heavy anymore. And that's 6 pounds lighter than the previous report. and that just goes to show you how we've been pulling these cattle forward. We're killing green cattle with not a lot of days on them. They got lighter carcass weights. It's really starting to show up in the tonnage around. Your slaughter this week has been impressive, 457,000 through Thursday, 9,000 more than last week, 16,000 more than the same week a year ago. Look at your feeder cattle market. Your real-time index on Beef Market Central has gained almost $4.50 just this week. That's on thousands and thousands of cattle weighing from 700 to 900 pounds, averaging around 8. And actually the average on that is nearly 810 pounds there. So you could actually, you know, dial that number up a little bit if you were going to slide it up and getting closer to 136. That is big time gains. Your real-time index on Beef Market Central has blown by your CME index, which is running inflated, but it's always running behind, but it'll probably catch up quite a bit of ground when it starts coming out the next few days. But look at your markets, midweek markets. OKC West and El Reno at 15,200 head when you combine the Tuesday and Wednesday markets. Feeder steers were $1 to $5 higher. Feeder heifers $5 to $8 higher. Calves $5 to $10 higher. And I know most everybody's got all their grazing cattle already bought, but this market's going up so good that people just want cattle. They want them, and there's lighter numbers of these calves around. There's not a lot of true stocker cattle available right now, but these lighter weights, you know, they may not end up turning those out right away. They might kind of harden them up and grow them a little bit in some type of a growing yard on a cheap ration there. But you look at your Thursday markets. Pratt, Kansas had over 4,200 head there on Thursday. Feeders, if you look at your Beef Market Central market report coming right from the block there, automated, your feeder cattle selling $5 to $7 higher. You look on there, they had around 800 head of 8-weight steers averaging 134.48. Had another 800 head of 9 weights averaging 130.62. You look at another market there on Thursday in the northern part of Kansas, Farmers and Ranchers Livestock, Salina, 6,000 head of cattle. Their feeder steers $5 to $9 higher, and the averages on the 8 and 9 weights are about $1 higher than Pratt was, which is understandably being that much closer to the northern plains. But both really strong markets in Kansas, and those are not overinflated markets. That's just the true market, and things have really gained a lot of ground this week and just continuing to stay positive. We're not seeing any wind come out of the sails here. But you look at some individual quotes out of Pratt. They had 62, a big load of 919 pound steers at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, bring 138, weighing over 9, guys, 138. A load there in Salina weighed 904 at 136, and that was late in the evening around 7 o'clock. That's 3 minutes, and we'll talk to you next week.